How you going? Tonight I'm going to cook up some noodles with pork balls. Pretty easy, not too many ingredients, doesn't take too long. Got some sausage mince. The sausage mince mostly pork, there is other stuff in it too, but we'll still call it pork balls. Now the reason I'm using sausage mince is because it's pretty sticky sort of stuff and it holds its shape, and you don't need to worry about eggs or breadcrumbs soaked in milk just to bind it all together. It'll hold together quite well as it is. I got leftover green curry paste from the soup the other night. I'll use all that, just mix that through the pork. I got a bit of excess fat from the pork spare rib soup the other night, New Year's Eve, sorry. I'll use that to fry it up so I don't have to use veggie oil. As always, onion and carrot, a bit of spinach, so you've got your veggies there, your mother won't get pissed off with you. Got some chicken stock, coconut milk to make the sauce, or the soup, whatever you want to call it. Got some Hokkien noodles, and a bit of lime just to squeeze over the top of the whole lot, just to freshen it up and break up the fattiness of the pork taste. Anyway, let's get going. So you get your curry paste, stick it in with the pork, and just mix it through best you can. Sausage mince is pretty tight, so it's not the easiest thing to mix it. So don't bother if it's not perfectly even. Just you don't want to have big lumps of curry paste sitting in there that's not mixed up at all. As I said, no need to be perfect. That'll do. So now we'll get the pan on the stove, put some oil on it, and we'll make up the pork balls. Now, because these things are sticky, they're going to make a mess on your hands. So I'm just going to use a couple of spoons, and yeah, I guess they're really going to be more quenelle shapes than meatballs, but we'll still call them meatballs anyway. Alright, let's get going. Alright, we'll just give the pork fat a bit of a chance to heat up before we start cooking. Okay, the fat's warm enough. Got the mince here, a couple of spoons, been soaked in water, as I said. Sausage mince, pretty sticky stuff. Need a bit of water every now and then to stop the mince from sticking to the spoons. Make up a kind of quenelle shape. And then it goes. Start on the next one. Don't be too concerned if they're not all exactly perfect or the same size. Doesn't really matter. You just keep cooking after all. Get the mix. Okay, I'm not going to bore you. I'll sit here and make up my quenelles. You'll see what happens. I'll just get them done. I'll be back to you shortly. Right, quenelles are all done. All in the pan. Give it a bit of a shake up, toss around, get some colour around them evenly. Amazing. Okay, the quenelles are ready. Just toss the pan around a bit, move them around, get them all coloured up nicely. As I said, the sausage mince is pretty sticky. They're going to hold their shape in and toss them around a bit. Wouldn't be able to do that with a normal meatball. Anyway, we'll just give it a chance. Colour up a bit on the outside before we go to the next stage. Won't be long. Alright, the quenelles got a bit of colour. As with everything, it's camp cooking. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're not cooking for royalty here. So let's chuck in the onion and carrot. Give it another shake around. Get the onion and carrot to start cooking a little bit. Don't want to burn them. Not sure if I could with the amount of gas left in the bottle, but we're still cooking. Doesn't take long at this stage. Just want to get a little bit of transparency to the onion, just to convert the acids into sugars, get the carrots started to cook a little bit, then we'll chuck in the soup, the chicken stock, and a little bit later the coconut milk. You can see the onions starting to get a little bit translucent around the edges, so that's about all it needs. Time for the stock. As always, get the salt reduced version. Shouldn't be any salt in it at all. So, there it is. Now I'll just wait for that to boil up. Need to reduce the stock a bit. More that the veggies and the balls or quenelles, whatever you want to call them, will also be cooked by the time the sauce is reduced enough. Won't take too long. Just rotate your balls or your quenelles, whatever, just to make sure they're cooking nice and evenly. But as you can see, still a fair bit of reduction to go before you can say ready for the next stage. That's alright, won't take too long. burns you, then you just get a bit of paper towel, lay it across the top, and it absorbs the fat, take it off. Or you just not worry about it and leave it there. Gives a nice silky texture to it, a bit of fat on top. Anyway, we'll let it simmer a bit longer. Nice simmering away now, a bit better than before. Keep rotating your balls or quenelles. Pretty much the right shape to call them balls anyway, aren't they? That's a small one there. It's going to be my taste test a bit later. But we still but it's looking good. I could have used a lot less chicken stock. I could have used half of that. It'd be cooked a lot quicker, because really all we're waiting on is for the stock to reduce a bit. But I like to use it all because I like the intensity. Much more flavour if you use it all and reduce it all down than if you only use half. Try it, you'll agree with me. So while the stock's reducing, keep rotating your knackers, your balls, your quenelles, well, call it what you want. Make sure they're cooked evenly. You don't want half of it sticking up out of the stock and being raw, especially when you bite into it. Okay, just about to add the coconut milk. Just remember, you don't want it to boil down too far, because you've got noodles to put in it. You want a noodle soup. There's that little one that I made up, using up the last of it. Oh, that tastes great. Nice and spicy from the curry paste. You're going to love this. Righto. In goes the coconut milk. See, the green curry paste has also coloured up the sauce. So now, with the coconut in it, just have to wait for it to come back to boil. Then we can put in the noodles. They'll only take a minute or two. Instructions said 2 minutes. Not long. As you can see, what looked like a fair bit of fat on top really isn't much at all. I haven't taken any off. The little bit that's there will just add such a luxurious mouthfeel to it. Take it off if you want. You'll be missing out. Okay, it's good enough for me. Time to open the Hokkien noodles, just squeeze the pack a bit, break them up a tad, and then it goes. Keep your stove reasonably clean, you can do that. So noodles are in it. Just want to give it a minute or two. Then I'll be ready. Try and make sure the noodles are submerged a bit so they pick up the heat. Cook, so you don't need to worry about that, you just want to heat them through. Okay, I'm going to call that done. Stove off. Move the pan over here. Now, at this stage, under normal circumstances, I'd say chuck a handful of spinach in the bottom of your noodle bowl, pour over it as much as you can of the knackers, the noodles, the veggies, the soup. But I'm camping, I don't have a noodle bowl, so I'm just going to eat it out of the pan. Chuck some spinach on top. Give it a bit of a mix through. Spinach doesn't need any cooking. It's going to wilt down nicely in the heat anyway. Grab your bit of lime. I'm going to squeeze over everything. And now, time for the taste. One of the balls. Pork Quenelles or knackers. That's really tasty. Now you probably noticed I didn't put any salt into it. I got my mince from a local IGA. Quite salty enough, doesn't need it. Noodles. Spinach, noodles and veggies. You're going to love it. It's beautiful. It's easy to make. Takes a small amount of time. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Perfectly cooked. Good thing about not having a noodle bowl, one less thing I have to wash up. You're going to love it. See you next time.